Urgent Dallas Cowboys FANS. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Today, we're diving deep into what could be one of the most intense and competitive battles in this year's Dallas Cowboys training camp. If you thought the quarterback position or the offensive line was the only drama brewing, think again. No, this time the spotlight is on the wide receiver room, a spot that's shaping up to be one of the most intriguing storylines as we inch closer to the regular season. And let me tell you, folks, the competition is fierce, with veterans fighting to hold on to their spots, rookies trying to make their mark, and a few surprises along the way that could shake up the final roster. Now, the Cowboys have one of the most talented wide receiver groups in the NFL. CeeDee Lamb, no surprises here, is the undisputed number one. Since entering the league, Lamb has proven time and time again why he's considered one of the most electrifying young receivers in the game today. His route running, speed, and ability to make plays in tight coverage make him a nightmare for defenses. Last season, CD racked up over 300 receiving yards and scored 9 touchdowns, cementing himself as a key piece of Dallas's offensive puzzle. But it's not just about Lamb. George Pickens, a name that Cowboys fans should keep in mind, has been working hard to carve out his role in this offense. The connection between Prescott and Pickens has shown flashes during training camp, and the coaching staff is definitely high on his potential. But the real fireworks are happening behind these two. Ryan Flournoy has emerged as a leading candidate for the third wide receiver spot. Flournoy, a player many had overlooked before camp started, has been impressing coaches with his route agility, hands, and ability to gain yards after the catch. He's been a standout during practices and preseason, and many believe he's earned his place in that starting rotation alongside Lamb and Pickens. The Cowboys seem to have a clear plan for him, and his versatility as a receiver makes him a valuable asset. Now here's where things get really interesting. After these three, the battle for the remaining roster spots is wide open. Kayvonte Turpin, a player many Cowboys fans are familiar with, is expected to secure his spot on the roster, not just for his receiving abilities, but primarily because of his special teams prowess. Turpin's explosive speed and agility have been on full display during special teams drills, returning punts and kicks that leave defenders in the dust. His value on special teams cannot be overstated, and that's a big reason why he's almost a lock for the final roster. But beyond Turpin, the fight for the 5th and possibly 6th wide receiver spots is heating up. And this is where things get really complicated. The Dallas Morning News, veteran NFL analyst Joseph Hoyt, has been closely monitoring the camp battles, and he's got some interesting insights that could surprise many. According to Hoyt's projections, a veteran wide receiver, Jonathan Mingo, might be on the outside looking in when it comes to making the final cut. Mingo, a second-round pick from the 2023 draft, was acquired from the Carolina Panthers in a trade that cost Dallas a 4th-round pick. The hope was that Mingo would develop into a reliable target, but so far, his production has been underwhelming. In 2 seasons with Dallas, he's yet to score a touchdown, and last year he posted just 1 reception for 25 yards in 6 appearances. Mingo's contract, a 1-year deal worth $1 million, isn't huge by NFL standards, but it's enough to make the competition for roster spots fierce. Cowboys fans are eager to see if he can finally break out and prove his worth, but right now, the projections suggest he might be among the veterans to get cut. Instead, Hoyt points to Anthony Smith, a 7th-round rookie, as someone who could potentially secure that final spot. Smith has been used in creative ways during camp, catching a lot of screen passes and showing quickness and good hands. The coaching staff seems intrigued by his skill set, and with the joint practices and preseason games coming up, his performance could be the deciding factor. Now, let's talk about the other players in this mix. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, a veteran with experience in Kansas City, has been a steady presence, but recent reports suggest he might also be on the bubble. The same goes for Treshaun Holden, a young receiver with potential but still raw and unproven. The competition is so tight that even small inconsistencies or drops could mean the difference between making the team or heading to the practice squad. It's a brutal process, and every play counts. And speaking of intriguing names, one player that Cowboys fans should keep an eye on is Camden Brown. Undrafted free agents often don't get the spotlight, but Brown has been making some impressive plays during camp. His long frame and speed make him a wildcard candidate. Right now, he's seen as a long shot to make the roster, But if he continues to turn heads in the preseason, he could find a spot on the practice squad or even surprise everyone with a late-season call-up. There's no doubt that the Cowboys are in a critical phase of roster construction. They have until Sunday, August 30th, to finalize their 53-man roster before Week 1 kicks off. Every decision they make in these final days will have ripple effects, not just for the season, but for the future of this team. The coaching staff will be closely evaluating the consistency, special teams contributions, and overall impact of each receiver. The battle isn't just about who makes the team. It's about who can contribute in multiple ways, who can step up when needed, and who can be trusted to perform under pressure. Now, let's take a quick step back and appreciate the bigger picture. The Cowboys are coming into this season with high hopes and a lot of expectations. After a solid 2024 campaign, they're looking to take the next step, make a real playoff run, and perhaps even contend for the NFC title. The wide receiver position is critical for that goal because Dak Prescott needs reliable targets to stretch defenses and create big plays. Lamb is obviously the centerpiece, but the supporting cast needs to step up, especially in those tight third-down situations or in the red zone. The emphasis on developing young talent and finding hidden gems is more important than ever. The Cowboys have a history of unearthing undrafted players or late-round picks who turn into key contributors. Think of players like Tony Pollard, who went from a sixth-round pick to a key offensive weapon, or even last year's surprise stars who emerged from the depths of the roster. That's the beauty of training camp. Every day is an audition, and every play can change the course of someone's NFL career. Looking ahead, the preseason games are going to be pivotal. The coaching staff will be scrutinizing every route run, every contested catch, and every special teams play. The decisions about these wide receivers will be made based on a combination of performance, potential, and the overall fit within the team's scheme. It's a delicate balancing act, keeping enough depth to be competitive, but also trimming the roster to the 53 players allowed. And let's not forget the importance of the chemistry that develops during these practices. The connection between Prescott and his receivers is fundamental to the offense's success, and the more they can gel before the season starts, the better. The coaching staff has been emphasizing precision, timing, and execution, knowing that the margin for error in the NFL is razor-thin. They want players who can step in and produce immediately, especially in critical situations. In conclusion, this wide receiver battle is more than just a roster competition. It's a microcosm of the Cowboys' season ambitions. Every catch, every route, and every special teams play matters. The storylines are rich, the stakes are high, and the final roster decisions could define the team's trajectory for 2024. The Cowboys have a talented core, but the depth behind Lamb, Pickens, and Flournoy will determine how far they can go. Fans should stay tuned because these next few weeks are going to be intense, full of surprises, and loaded with drama. Remember, the NFL is all about the small details, and who steps up in these crucial moments will be the ones remembered when the season unfolds. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this wide receiver battle? Do you think Mingo or Smith will make the team? Are you confident in the depth behind Lamb? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Dallas Cowboys news. The season is just around the corner and the excitement is building. Until then, keep the faith, stay loud, and let's get ready for what promises to be an unforgettable year for our Dallas Cowboys.